So I'm not calling myself an idiot because that would be like negatively speaking about myself. And yeah, I'm starting a little early. For months, the same problem has been happening with the lagging and the what am I thinking about? Like the internet dropping. I'm thinking it was an encoder issue. I'm saying that because when I switched it to much lower, this is gonna be like nerd talk for the next 30 seconds. I'm sorry. My streaming encoder was set at 1800, but my the actual video encoder was set at like 6000. Bro, what? I have a reimagined office computer. Why would this shit be set at 6,000 when I'm trying to put out like a fourth of that? It blew my mind to see that number so damn high. Like knowing the kind of computer that I have, it was just very strange. And I lowered that to like 2,000, thinking that I was doing something, right? This stream was just worrying me. The more it went on, I was just scared. I'm like, I'm gonna have to end it. I'm gonna have this issue, that issue, right? Just issue after issue. And then common sense kicked in. Why would you even set it to higher than what you had to stream? It was just ridiculous. Like I went to school for editing, not broadcasting. I feel like nowadays that's definitely a major video broadcast. I mean, obviously video broadcasting was always a thing, but I mean like live stream broadcasting for sure has to be a major by now, right? You know what I mean? Like it for sure, wait a minute. It for sure has to be a thing by now, you know? Like they're teaching people in college how to adjust OBS for certain things. They have to be. Like I didn't know this stuff. I didn't even know this program existed before like 5 or 6 years ago. So it's just strange to think that that was just a complete thing that I just skipped over. You live and you learn. It's just one of those situations. You live and you learn. I now know that there was a very fixable issue. I fixed it in front of you guys. The stream restarting was the bitrate resetting. And I really just don't understand why I didn't think of that. But then again, there are certain concepts that I just don't get, and I have to understand them as a growing person. One concept I understand is a very kind supporter, or very Kentucky kind supporter, keeping me on Turtle Island through immunity through next week. I think it is. Yes. I was trying to fix the video issue. See, I try so hard for you guys. Okay, I have some. I'll talk about that in a little bit. But speaking of like learning in school, I'll talk about that in a second. But I tried for maybe an hour, like just going over different settings. I recorded myself. I look stupid in so many of these videos, just trying to make sure that the video is going as smooth as possible, because I'm finding out that my graphics card is so like, I don't want to be mean to it because this computer's done a lot for me. My graphics card is just it's not the strongest, let's say that, right? I'm finding out my graphics card is not the strongest. Can I say that? Yeah, it's not the strongest. And I don't encode off of my I encode directly off the I encode off the CPU, not the graphics card, and that cracked my brain. I was like, wait a minute, what the fuck do I have this thing for? But anyways, we figured it out, okay? All right, I don't know why. I think it's because of an update on OBS, because the old OBS was working fine. I used to stream with no problem. Bro, my stream would go out if somebody in the house was watching television. That's out of here. No, everything that has to do with internet is turned the hell off. Okay, turned the hell off. I don't even want to have that option. Okay? I don't. Those are just my struggles as someone who's trying to really like lock down broadcasting. I'm trying because editing's my bitch. That's something I'm only getting better. But I feel like with broadcasting, I'm always taking steps back when it comes to certain things. Like, I don't know. I do know. Don't say I don't know. That's self-doubt. Okay. Kentucky, thank you again for immunity through next week, I believe it is. I have not looked at chat. That's tradition at this point. DMJ, you have a completely different, I recognize the profile picture. Hello, Brandy Hornbeck, always nice to see you here. Oh, Kentucky, you were here first, as per usual. Marie Gina, welcome back. You always find your way back. You get lost a few times, or you've gotten lost a few times, but, you know, the light shines so bright, you just can't help but find your way back. Stony Sunny, the person who got me on Turtle Island, the reality show that gets me I get a decent influx of subs from that. You would not believe how many random people either come by and like talk shit to me or come by and say cool things. Either way, I get eyes on me. That's fine. On the internet, you can say mean things to me. Just click subscribe, hate watch. It's cool. Don't worry about it. DJ Holloway, I forget. It's Monday. God damn, it's Monday. Because in my mind, I kept thinking that it was Tuesday for some reason. No, if it was Tuesday, I'd have to be a lot quieter. Alicia, always here, always pushing the crowd. Is that everyone? Oh, no. Mad people. Oh, not mad. I think 2 people came in, I believe. I think it's two. I'm sorry, I always gotta go to the bottom. Tiff, hello. You were here a couple of times. I was like, you haven't been here in a while. You were here a couple of times. You were here a few times. Everyone here. It's fine to be late. I love that everyone's here. Everyone's having the nice time they deserve to have. Before I talk about how awful the future is going to be with the robot revolution that is on its way, no matter what you want to say, we are doomed. Do you understand me? We are fucked. iRobot warned us, and we are playing with God. Okay. Okay. Listen. It's fine. You guys don't have to believe me. I am like, okay. Let's get into that later. Like, let's get into that later, all right? Because I'm gonna go into like full-blown conspiracy theory mode. You guys have never seen me like this. I'm not a conspiracy theorist, but I was raised by a lot of them. I was raised by a lot of conspiracy theories. Oh, wait. Welcome to Guys Radio. I'm your host, Pineapple. I've like dodged doing that in the morning, in the beginning, and I have to do my intro in the beginning more. Welcome to Guys Radio. I'm your host, Pineapple, your host of Most Smoke, and today I have the most talks of the future. I have the most conspiracies of the future and talks of future of the channel. Not really. When people say that, it's like, oh, well, I'm about to change my whole aesthetic. No, I'm not changing shit worth of aesthetic. No, it's not happening. I filmed a video today that, how do I say this? I haven't done anything like this in a long time. Like, I got excited. I know. Okay. That sounds like bad, right? Like, oh, I got excited for filming one. No, I love filming. I love it, right? But I got excited for just chopping up the intro. There are very few things that I like plan out in my head. Like certain videos, I'll film them, I edit them, and it's just as it goes. But like certain projects, certain videos, I'll lay the audio down. Like for the Your Surroundings Are Killing You, that was a video that I loved. That was so fun because I like making audioscapes. I like the background shit that you don't notice is there until you take your time to notice that it's there. Those are my favorite things. Like when it comes to editing, video editing is always fun, but I'm so fresh into audio editing. I've only been doing that for maybe 7 years. Like I just got into audio. In my mind, doing this for 7 years isn't like that much into it. I've been video editing since I was 9. So only doing something since 22. That's not a long time. Like 7 years, not a long time. Self-driving cars scare the hell out of me. That entire concept is just terrifying. That's a part of this video that's a part of the idea of like the robotic future that I have really wanted to ignore. Like the concept of a car driving itself is like not anything. It is not something that people should be excited to push. I don't think that it's anything that America should be dabbling in, especially with our AI boom. Okay, AI and America itself is not even the damage it's doing, not even the damage that it's doing necessarily, AI. But when I say I mean if it's learned behaviors, right? Do we really want machines learning how to be American? To learn what, you know, the concept of being from the red, white, and blue means? Do you really want machines to understand that? But we'll get into that in a minute. Not a minute. We'll get into that in like 40 minutes. You know how that goes. That, like, no, really think about that. Really think about that, okay? Because it's not a concept that we should be excited for. But what I am excited for is, right, back to the soundscape. I don't do soundscaping. I don't. So when I do it, it makes me happy. I mean, slapping a song in the back of a video, I used to do that, right? Slow a song down, you know, cut it up. But like to really sit and, you know, play with sound effects and like have to adjust levels so like you can get like stronger, you can get stronger mental reactions, I guess stronger reactions from your audience, mental reactions. I mean, I've gotten some physical reactions from audioscaping, but my favorite thing I've ever made for background audio would be would have to be the Destiny's Child thing I did. That sat in my Google Drive for so long. Like the chop up of the acapella, that sat in my Google Drive for years, and I would just pass it by every once in a while. And what am I gonna do with this? But putting it with the with the dramatic backing, ah man. HPS is possibly one of the nicest communities on YouTube. Oh, I won't say nicest. It's one of the most welcoming communities on YouTube. Also, hold on, I meant to address. Okay, I meant to address this. Deeds, the Discord. Stop saying Pine. The Discord is I don't want to say like donation only, but it's you get the link through support. It's like a it's a little station. It's a little hangout. It's a little clubhouse. You know, it's always active. I'd say I talk way too much, and everyone else talks way too much. Yes, there it is. It's a perk. Thank you, Kentucky. I'm bad with words. I'm writing my show over, not over, but I'm editing my show, and it's bad for me to say, oh, I can't speak. I don't know words. I don't when it comes to speaking. Like I have an issue. Yeah, it's a perk of support. Literally any support does. Any support will do. But it's buy me a coffee link, any amount, and you get the access. Well, not like 30 cents or any shit, you know. That's just like rude. That's like rude. Like damn. Just bought you another coffee until next round. That's so. I love the concept of buy me a coffee, bro. I really fucking do. It makes me happy that I can provide memberships. Let's say is the but it makes me happy that I can continue memberships even through or even onto my journey of monetization. Sorry, the words are killing me tonight. I seriously enjoyed filming and editing like the two, I don't want to say they're like long videos, but they were, I don't want to give away too much. I can't give away too much. I can't, because I don't want to spoil anything. I asked everyone's favorite Netflix documentary, because who doesn't want to have their opinions heard? That's another thing. I ask for everyone's opinions and like oversight on things for videos before publishing them. I like crowd feedback in general. I like feedback mainly from people who enjoy my content and enjoy me as a person. It helps so I don't have to have guesswork, you know? It helps so I don't have to have guesswork, because I used to stare at a video. I've junked so many videos just feeling stupid about them. I've junked so many videos staring at them going, oh, is this good enough? Is this gonna work? No, this sucks. Nah, I can't do it. Whatever, scrap it. No. Voting really helps. I understand that is a way to build community and to, have people's input. That's why I like the writer's room. The writer's room, oh man. That's Thursday. That's always a guaranteed thing. That's so great. I love that. There's nothing wrong with liking to vote. I'm trying a diamond infused right now. A diamond infused what, Kentucky? A diamond infused what? Joint? A diamond infused joint. Let's talk about the future, right? Let's talk about the future, because this is about the future. Isn't it about the future? Thank you guys for having me like ramble on about a topic. That's how my brain gets going. But this is about the future, right? This whole concept is about the future. Robot Wars coming soon. Oh, right, and I gotta show Maverick Tulip not being able to cook again. Right. So I think that if you were to show anybody diamonds, like cannabis diamonds or THC diamonds, I can't say that word, from the year 1999 and before, maybe even like 2010 and before, they would think that it's hard drugs. But that is the future. That's the future. Things look extremely different when it comes to everything. And even down to our intoxicants. Now, when you say the good old days, that is very subjective. That is wildly subjective. The good old days? Because before certain years, everything was just bad. Edibles had leaves in them. Most, I want to say you had to try to find any sort of decent flower. No, the good old days is so subjective. The Reggie made my head hurt. Okay, you're talking to somebody that grew up in inner city of upstate New York. All I knew was low mid for a long time. And I didn't care much because I was just happy to be smoking. I had a smoking addiction. I was just happy to be smoking. That's all. Just happy to be smoking. But I also, that had to do with the nicotine addiction too. Stacy, thank you for the belated birthday. Thank you so much. That makes me happy. I missed the last 3 streams, had severe allergies. I'm glad you feel better. That's amazing to hear. No one in HPS wants to see anyone in the community sick. Thank you. Welcome to Burgers Radio. I'm your host, Pineapple, your host, Mo Smoke, and today I have the most fears and realizations of the future. The future is a very scary place, but I will. Speaking of future, I think that after this little video comes out, might start applying places with it. No, the hell was that? What was that glitch? That was terrifying. No, I'm just proud of the thing that I filmed. Honestly, I'm just super proud. And it's not even like Okay, it's not like anything spectacular. It's just I'm getting back into the thing that I got into. I'm getting back into mockumentary, almost realistic fictional mockumentary. I don't know, but before I started doing realistic narcotics fiction, writing everything like that, I started trying to do, okay, so imagine, damn, I don't even want to say this out loud because this is what I had to say in college and that shit's mad cringe now. Imagine if you took The Office and gave it a bunch of acid, but nobody was necessarily like on drugs. It just, the concepts, I know that sounds wild, but like the concepts and the dry humor would be so skewed. And I brought that back, and it was once again super cringy. I was really young, right? I wanted to use all the effects and make everything super interesting looking. No, now I'm using more power in storytelling through various means, as well as my own ability to act, so to speak. Once again, I was in my homie's short film, the same nigga that made me rewrite, not made me, because can't nobody make me do shit, but same bro that I rewrote the movie with. That version was trash. I told him I'm not shopping this shit around. Don't expect me to do anything with it. Don't expect me to do anything with it. It sucked. That version of the movie I'll happily read. That shit was trash. That shit was garbage. I hated that version of the, cause okay, I wrote the fucking movie on one of those like remote pads. It literally looks like a full keyboard, but you hold it like this. Like imagine like an Xbox 360 remote, but it was like one for the computer. I wrote the whole movie on one of those. And I previewed pieces of the movie in class. My professors loved it. No matter what class I used it for, they fucking loved it. Okay? And this nigga hits me up years later like, hey, let's rewrite it. I said, all right, let's try that. Garbage. Garbage. There's a reason that I was writing and he was directing and holding the camera. There's a reason for that. There's a reason for that. There's a reason for that. But I acted in his short film, and this short film won, I'm trying to think, what the fuck was that shit called? Well, I'm sorry. He entered it into 2 contests. It won our film's red carpet night. It won first place, and I was front and center. I was the star. I even edited a piece of it. Okay? I was happy as fuck. That nigga took it down. Bro. This is prime, like, fiend out me. My hair was crazy. I was on drugs in every scene. The beginning scene, all I did was eat edibles for an entire day. You know those challenges on YouTube? Eating edibles for 24 hours. I was doing that shit before I even thought about posting that type of stuff to YouTube. Okay? Even though I did post a video that I filmed the day of me ODing, and you can see the moment that, like, I cracked the pill open and poured it into the juice. That is where, like, it was just over. Anyways, I was doing those challenges before, like, I was making YouTube videos like that. The beginning scene of that movie, I'm completely blacked out. I don't remember filming it. I remember trying to, like, catch the door of me trying not to faint. But yeah, that beginning scene, I was totally blacked out. I was on my True Hollywood shit. Okay, you told me to show up to what? I'm using okay as a bridge word. I don't like that. I'm way too self-aware right now. I was on my Hollywood shit. I was. You told me to show up to the shoot. All right, I'm gonna show up and I'm not gonna remember. Killed it though. When I say I was Mr. Get It All Done and stay, it didn't matter. It didn't matter. Perfect example right there. Perfect example. He took that shit down, dude. Took that shit down. I was hurt. I texted him, like, not yelling, but like, what the fuck? You didn't even tell me you were taking it down? Damn. Damn, bro. That kind of hurts a little bit. Fuck. Like, it kind of hurt. I'm not gonna lie, it kind of hurt. But I've been in many skits since then, like my own shit for class, and there are quite a few. I know that I don't like to put myself in front of the camera for like vlog reasons, like when I'm out. I don't really like to film when I'm out and about. I know I do now, but it took a long time. Anyway, I'll say it took a long time. Now I have no problem being in front of the camera. That took a while. Like most of my YouTube videos were reels of, you know, me and the homies hanging out. And actually, most of my videos on Instagram do not have me in them before I started streaming. I feel like streaming was definitely a let me take a look at myself kind of thing. Because every video before that, or streaming, and I started doing movie reviews before that. But from when I started filming regularly when I was maybe 12 until 24, I didn't really put myself in the camera. I would film myself, you know, I'm a kid, right? But it was always the world, the homies, stuff we're doing, but it was never really just me sitting down talking. I did it, but I'd say every, like, let's say 5 videos I recorded, well, it's not even 5, let's say every 10 videos I recorded, 2 were of me talking to the camera. That's still a lot of videos, but in comparison, it's not. And streaming was me having to sit down, look at myself, and that would, having to look at how crazy I looked after quitting everything. Yeah, that was definitely like a look at me moment. Like, no, you can't hide now. I even tried to do the faceless streaming. I was like, nah, this isn't right. Cause I'm very, you know, I can't really hide my facial expressions. I try to, but I can't. I can't ever. And that was part of the fun. That was part of the fun for sure. But it was for sure just a big look at me moment. And I don't know, when it came to projects like that, I definitely wasn't trying to film myself regularly. But for school projects, no, I bare face in a lot of, how do I say that? I've bared face in a lot of school projects. I've come from behind the camera when I was in college a lot, because it's not fun to have your name on things and they get recognition, but you're like not in it. I mean, that's cool if you want to do that, but after a while, I got kind of tired of that shit. Like, that's not really for me. I'm cool with being I was cool with being a behind the scenes nigga, but now I'm like, nah, I did that. I don't care if that's conceited or not. I did that. I want the recognition for that shit. I don't care. So what? Problem with that? I don't think there's any problem with wanting recognition for work that you did. But that's just my opinion. Who's gonna listen to me? I would hope that a lot of people understand that. Also, that your environment is killing you video, I filed a copyright claim to that. Not a copyright claim, a copyright dispute, because it got claimed. And I used a dispute, and they said, okay, go ahead. The creator listened to the video and said I could use it. That was really cool of them. I've won almost every copyright dispute that I've done. The zombie Paris movie, that probably would have been my kickoff video. Yo, looking back, that probably would have been my kickoff video. Like, damn, that definitely would have been my kickoff video. It was like a live movie reaction of the most emotionally gripping zombie movie I've ever seen. It's called The Night Eats the World, or it's The Night Eats the World. They barely speak in it. Like, it truly holds to French, like French silent movies and shit, like real old timey silent movies. You serious? Here we are. I hate that that happens. I really do. I tried. I tried to reduce that problem. I'll still keep trying to reduce that problem. It's all right. I'll figure it out. I will figure it out. Oh, DJ Holloway. I love that fucking movie. The twist on the zombies being completely silent made it more effectively unnerving. They weren't overly they weren't overly stimulating. They weren't there was none of that shit. It was true effort towards art. You didn't know if a motherfucker was gonna come down the stairs. And the way they pulled at the heartstrings when it was all about, like, come on, dude. The way that I have a theory that America has ruined film. You don't have to believe me, but I think that's the truth. America has ruined film completely. Because there's no reason that, let's see, when did the zombie movie come out, right? When did the concept of the zombie movie come out? The concept. When did the first zombie film come out? Let's do a little bit of research, right? This is what I'm here for, okay? This is what I'm here for. But welcome to Guys Radio. I'm your host, Pineapple, your host of Most Smoke. And today, I have the most concepts of the future, how America has ruined the zombie movie, and how America has ruined cinema as a whole. And I have to have belief. I have to have belief. What the hell is up with me in words today? I have to have proof. Oh. The first zombie movie was Birth of a Nation. No, the first zombie movie was White Zombie in 1932. And then Night of the Living Dead was 1968. That I've seen quite a few times. White Zombie. Bing, 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 bing. Brandy, you got it. Set in Haiti. Oh, no. Wow, I really did trivia. That's cool as hell. I didn't even try to do that shit. Zombie film. That's... What country did it? I mean, it was set in Haiti, right? Now we're going on dives. Now this is what we do. This is what we do here. This is what we do. This is what we do. Pre-code. Oh, whoa. I just got really close to the mic and that made me uncomfortable. Oh, it was in the United States? It cost $50K to make that movie? $50K? You could make a whole movie in 1932 for $50K? Yo, if somebody gives me $20K, I can make my whole show. Give me $20,000. I can make the first season of my show, please. A movie for $50K? Oh man. Inflation is probably $2 billion. It might be more than that. It might be more than that. It might be more than that. Clerks was made for $27K. That's what I'm saying. You don't need a lot of money when you have when you have talent. Money isn't really like needed. You know, and I had to switch back real quick. I have a lot of artists in here, right? Can we all agree that if you like, talent doesn't need money, it needs motivation. That's all that is, really. I like that this looks like a VHS rendering. That's my favorite part. But talent doesn't need a lot of finance. With inflation, it is 1 point what? Oh Lord. It would have cost what? God damn. That's like a budget of a medium-sized film. That's like a budget of a medium-sized film. This is small. I'm trying to. All right, listen. All right, I'll be honest. I'm trying to cater to the I'm trying to cater to the like the vertical watchers as well. That's why stuff is in the middle. And all right, I'm really trying the different things that work. If the vertical watchers I've had a few just chime in, but that's why I'm taking the chat on the thing. These days, $1 million for the budget is considered low. Seriously? Okay, I can understand that. Unfortunately, I can understand that. Unfortunately, I can actually understand that. I want to say, all right, so my Sandbox movie, right? Because I said America ruined film. Get Out cost about $3 million. That is outstanding. That film only cost $3 million. My Sandbox movie, I just pull my pants up like I'm about to go into a meeting or something. Like my Sandbox movie. Hold on, that's not as effective. Hold on, let me do this. There we go. That's not as effective. All right, there we go. My Sandbox movie, okay. I feel like I can do that for like 40,000. I feel like I could do my Sandbox movie for 40,000. It takes place in 3 locations. 1 bedroom, a street/store, and then a house for the rest of the movie. That's it. That's it. That is all. Leftover Pizza just subscribed. Hello, Leftover Pizza. I don't really have what's it called? I don't really have alerts on most of the time, so I don't know how many subs I got today. But oh, thank you. That makes me so happy. I don't even know if you're watching. You're probably just subbing from the page, but hello. I want to bring Avatar to the past and make people's heart explode. The blue one? Yo, oh, let's talk about that. Let's talk about that, right? If you bring certain shit from the future to the past, niggas are gonna, their heads are gonna break. Their heads are gonna explode. What is something that you were gonna bring? Oh my God, get it together. What are some things that if you wanted to scare a pilgrim, what would you show him? If you wanted to scare the shit out of a pilgrim and you gotta bring something that's mad simple. You gotta bring something mad simple, but what do you want to scare a pilgrim with? Like scare the shit out that nigga. A cell phone? No, simpler than that. Simpler than a cell phone. Good, run the right track, Sonny. Run the right track. But oh, thank you for. Oh, a torch! I swear to God, I was just looking at this bitch. Brady, oh, you on point tonight, Brady? You on point tonight? I swear to Christ, I was just looking like, yeah, this would scare the shit out them niggas. It would. It's got to be something simple. Right track, right track. Bring a switch to the Battle of Gettysburg. Listen, I've quite literally thought the exact same thing. I've thought about this. If I bring the most rusty Glock 40 caliber with a button on the back, it doesn't matter how many times that bitch jams, it doesn't matter, I will still rule a village in 30 seconds. I will still rule a village. It has to be 40. I don't want 45, that's too slow. 9mm isn't big enough hole. All right, I want okay, you know what, never mind. Glock 27, because it has to be small enough. Now I'm getting specific. A Glock 27 with a neon green button on the back and a 50-round drum. I'm pretty sure I would take over several kingdoms in yeah. A taser, you might get called a witch. You might have to be careful with that, Brent. Oh yeah, the women in the chat should definitely be more careful of what you guys bring, because the world will just call you witches and hang you. Like to not be funny, but that's the world that was lived in for a minute. but to be honest, if you have colored hair and you are holding lightning, I don't think they're gonna want to mess with you. I don't think they're gonna want to mess with you, Brandy. I don't. Okay, what else? What else would I bring? I feel like if I brought a skateboard, that's not enough. A skateboard isn't enough. I feel like them niggas have definitely seen something like a skateboard, you know? You know what I mean? I feel like the niggas have definitely seen something like a skateboard. A torch, definitely good enough. Definitely good enough. I bought a smaller torch too. I bought a smaller torch. Oh, e-bike! Electric scooter, electric bike. See, Brandy and Kentucky, you guys are on point tonight. An electric, that would work as well. A digital camera, they might think that I'm Satan. See, like certain stuff, they would think certain things. You know what I mean? Then I don't like that. I got a tank with a JBL speaker blasting "We Are Who We Are." Okay, pause. Do y'all think that they would be scared of loud music? A tank? Absolutely. They can't stop you with a tank. They can't stop you with a tank. Loud music? I don't think they'd be scared of loud music. Here's why. Niggas been getting down forever. Right? Motherfuckers been dancing and shit since the beginning of beginnings. I want to say I would bring back some drugs, but the shrooms that I would bring them were probably weak as fuck. Not in your hand. Exactly. Coming from a music box? All right. You guys got me on that. Hands up. For a fact. Hands up. All right. You got it. You got me. Okay. You got me. They're not ready for my playlist. I think that they'd be very concerned about me. You know? Like, I feel like they'd be very concerned as to why this person that looks like me can speak so well. And when I say looks like me, I mean, because let's be real, but like, they'd be very concerned. This is exactly how this would go, right? I show them all this cool stuff. I'd scare them. I show them like automatic weapon fire. The first thing they would ask before anything: who taught this one to read? Who taught him to read? Fuck the time travel. Fuck the clothes. Who taught it to read? Who taught it to talk like this? They wouldn't care about shit else. They would assume that I stole all these things from white time travelers. They wouldn't give a shit about nothing else. They would just wonder, why can he stand upright? What is this? Is this an illusion? And God forbid I use a word that's over 2 syllables. God forbid I use a word that's over 2 syllables. They might think that I'm the connection between ape and man. Oh fuck. I'd be studied for sure. They try to do blood tests on me and shit. Like, no, don't poke me with sharp things. How do they know the word sharp? Don't dab in front of them. They might have early. Maybe if I dabbed in front of early settlers. No, let's think about that. No. If I dabbed in front of early settlers, right? Is that what America calls them? I'm trying to use right words so I don't get banned. Is that what they're called? Like, is that what America calls the pilgrims who came in and took over? Settlers? Is that what they're called? I'm sorry, I don't believe that shit. Okay, settlers, right? Okay. Well, just so we all know, I know that they're not. Okay, just so we're on the same page. Okay, thank you. So we're on the same page. It's just, I know they didn't settle. Okay, can't settle somewhere anyone fucking wants you. I mean, but you shouldn't settle somewhere where you just kind of crashed and took over everything and wiped people out. You get it, whatever. Not gonna, yeah. I think that me dabbing would probably set a precedent in their minds that seeing a man with this skin color doing this is okay. Does that make sense? A man doing this with this skin color is not bad. And they wouldn't know what it is. They wouldn't know what it is. Of course. They wouldn't know what it is. They wouldn't know what it is. But seeing me with a torch and an item in front of it, they might make drawings of it. Okay, listen, I know, weird concept. Just please, if they make drawings of it for the future to see, would the concept of this being fiend shit? People been drawing forever. Kentucky. Don't do that. People been drawing forever. Would the concept of this being fiend shit go away? Because what's the number one excuse? The number one excuse is black people don't do that. We don't do that. But if there was literally like old like renditions of a dark man who's dressed way differently than all the other people doing something that looks like that, I'm pretty sure black people would be like, oh yeah, they was doing that back then. They was doing that with the thing. How we get a torch? Or even better, if I had like a you know, like a stand-up torch where you light that bitch, and then I was roasting the metal bar or metal tube, taking a hit like that. How far back are we? I'm talking like, damn. Cavemen now? No. We're not doing cavemen. I was talking about settlers. Okay, settlers. First, the people who came over. I'd be God to most people. Okay. Oh no. We're not having that happen. Encoder problems. That was the first encoder issue. What the fuck? This is so upsetting. I don't know why that happens, but there's not even a but. I just don't know when that happens. When did they start newspapers and shit? All right, let's look that up. Let's find out when they started newspapers and shit. My keyboard is not flat on my desk. It's like propped up against my speaker. Well, not speaker. I don't have a speaker. I have 1605. It was started in Germany. Oh. I feel like this is not. Oh, it didn't have nefarious purposes. I thought it had nefarious purposes. It didn't. It was just newspapers. I would be on the front page for sure. Yeah. I wanted to be so many things in media. I wanted to be everything in media. I wanted to be a reporter. I wanted to do newspaper shit. I wanted to like make videos, be on radio, edit movies, write movies. But I thought about working for a newspaper for a while. I applied for internships in college and high school and whatnot. But it was just never a thing that I could do. It was just never a thing that I was blessed with the opportunity to do. I'm a very loud inhaler. That's something that also, like, that's something I've always had to come to the terms with. I'm a very loud inhaler. Distribution director, what does that entail? That sounds like my kid. What does that mean? Sorry, I'm making sure that I'm all good with being seen both ways. That's part of checking for broadcasting, making sure that you're being seen both ways. Okay, am I good? I'm good. All right. I said that's part of New Age broadcasting, making sure they can see you vertically, which is just so weird to me. The concept of having to make sure that I have 2 video outputs is like, why am I doing that? Why do I have to do that? But I get it. I get that the world is changing. I get that media is changing. Exactly how the newspaper got fucking snuffed out by the blog, which, I mean, not even the blog, right? The newspaper didn't get snuffed out by the blog. The newspaper got snuffed out by, like, New York Post and shit, like .com. Like, I'm sorry, the internet, not blogs, but the internet definitely killed the newspaper. Managing the drivers and coordinating the different publications out in time. See, that is the logistics side of delivering. That is the side of stuff that will probably never go out of style. That's style business, like actual logistics and whatnot. But print media is fading. It's not a happy thing to say out loud, but print media is fading. I don't want it to fade. I don't. I love the idea of getting all of your news in a giant bundle of paper. That sounds so stupid. Like, the concept of a newspaper sounds so outdated now. And that's, once again, that's what the future changes. That's what the future changes. Also, when it comes to advertising in a newspaper versus advertising on a show, versus advertising on Netflix, versus advertising on Hulu, versus advertising in a movie, like a product placement, your return on, I gotta fill that giant space up there. That is not good looking. I don't like that at all. Ew. I have to do something with that. That's fucking gross. A giant empty space. But the future has changed everything, especially with advertising. In my mind, if I'm gonna advertise for a product or a service, I'm not gonna go for a newspaper. Who's gonna read the newspaper? Olds. The olds will read the newspaper. That's a very limited demographic. You want your shit to be seen by everybody, not just one age group of people, not just one kind of person. You want your shit to be seen by... I don't like that. Like, bro, why? I mean, I know why. Something was taken down from there, but it's just not good looking. I don't enjoy the idea of that beeping. But it's okay. Like, in all reality, it's fine. There is no going back to prime print media. Absolutely not. Now I understand why my grandmother kept every single Jet magazine ever. Every single Jet magazine that she ever got, she still kept it. On some crazy woman shit. On some crazy woman shit. Okay? Why she did that, I have no fucking clue. At the time, I don't know why she did it. But looking back, she just wanted to keep print media. Like, everybody in my family loved physical media, okay? Including me. I was a big VHS collector. I'm mad that, I'm glad that physical media is coming back, but I know it's gonna drive prices. There's one movie that I have to have on tape that would complete my soul. It's Warriors of Virtue. Warriors of Virtue was my favorite movie as a child. I watched it so many times. It is the most uplifting movie in history in my mind. It shows you that no matter what the adversity, the kangaroos that magically know different elements and kung fu will guide you in life. Okay? All you have to do is fall down a sewer as you work at your Chinese restaurant job. I watched this movie over and over and over and over and over again as a kid. The image of fried rice getting tossed around in a wok goes through my mind more than it should, which is why I like fried rice so much. I know there's something wrong with me. You don't gotta tell me. Shut up. Okay? That kid really shouldn't have worked in the restaurant. So, labor laws were different. He was like 13. I'm convinced that I wanted to do drugs as a child. That makes no sense. See, did you hear what I just said? He fell down. This handicapped boy fell down a sewer hole, like a rushing sewer current. Fell down that motherfucker. woke up in a magical land where he's now being taught to persevere in life by magical kangaroos that can control the elements. Now, what does he have to do? He now, for some reason, has to fight some ancient warlord that this nigga just met 5 minutes ago. He has to train, get stronger. He has a bunch of falls and rises. I was like 4 watching this. I was like 4. Loving this shit. Like, yeah, he about to whoop this nigga ass for the millionth time. That movie is, I'm mad I never watched it on acid. I'm mad I never watched that movie on acid. If I watched it on shrooms, I might fucking like move to Norway or something. People will never hear from me again. There are certain movies that I refuse to watch on mushrooms because I know that I will never be the same. like that fucking goddamn, stop cursing. Like the one movie Take Me Home Tonight with Topher Grace. I watched that and I literally was never the same. I don't know why. Well, I mean, I know why, but that movie I know why I wasn't the same, but I don't know why that movie was so important to my mind. Like that movie like burned messages and images in my head for years to come. I will never forget how crushing that movie was to me. I will never forget crying in the middle of it, going, I have to change my life. I can't keep fucking doing this. I can't like just freaking the fuck out in my head. I'll never like there. No. So I know there are certain movies that if I watch them, I won't be the same. Especially with my brain, no shot I will ever be regular if I watch certain films. What else? You guys remember when Disney had like an Alice in Wonderland show? Had mad black people in it? Oh fuck. Jar down. The pineapple puffer fell. The pineapple puffer fell. Was it a good movie? Warriors of Virtue? Hitter. What about Hitter? Warriors of Virtue is one of the greatest films on earth. I just can't watch it. I just can't watch it on shrooms. I refuse. But it was one of the best films ever. There's nothing bad about it. The only thing bad about it might be like the makeup a little bit. Take Me Home Tonight. It was good. Okay, it was a good film. It just got ruined for me. Now when I watch it, all I'm gonna see is like basically the whole movie is about dread. The whole movie is about someone dreading having it to talk about their life and how low it is. And I loved the movie before, but now all I see it is as like this depression pit. He's lying to people. He's putting on an act. That spoke volumes to me. I was like, yo, no. Now I can't watch it. Now I refuse. I'm not watching Take Me Home Tonight. Fuck that. Watch the Jimmy Neutron movie on mushrooms and I don't know who turned it on. Listen, that's a gift. The Jimmy Neutron movie, there's nothing wrong with that film. That is a perfect film. Okay? That I will stand behind 100%. Also, if you want to have like a new understanding on companionship, you gotta watch the Kid Cudi movie on Netflix off the mushrooms. It's not, since I don't know what, stop saying I don't know. I think that my tryptamine receptors are just out of whack because I don't really hallucinate off mushrooms. Not anymore. I used to go far, but now, nah. It's mainly body and like mind and some alterations, but I don't really get visual trips anymore. I think it's because I burnt my shit out. I'm not kidding. I think it's because like antipsychotics and like, you know, like certain things just burnt my brain out and I can't trip like that. Because even with LSD, when I tried to do LSD when I was backsliding, that shit didn't hit. It didn't hit no more. It didn't. Mushrooms hit in a different way. I feel like maybe that's maturing, right? Maybe my brain's going, you don't need to fucking fly out anymore. Now you can just relax. Mushrooms are way more of a relaxing thing now. Like, eat half a gram, sink into bed, watch the Kid Cudi movie, and cry a little bit. That movie slaps. It's amazing. The Kid Cudi movie is one of the best. Intergalactic, perfect. Another movie that is very underrated on Netflix. I'm talking criminally underrated on Netflix. It's a Rainn Wilson movie. It's called Something Creek. It's a movie that's told backwards. Now, as someone who wanted to try to make a movie that was backwards, this movie inspired me. What's this shit called? No. What was that shit called? Shimmer Lake. Shimmer Lake. This movie is possibly one of the most interesting films. I used to watch anything on acid. I used to never watch movies on mushrooms. Never. I did not like doing it. Now, not now. Well, I mean, I haven't done mushrooms in like a year. But I used to watch movies on LSD. Any movie on acid. Didn't matter. Scary, sad, action, funny. I don't care. I would just watch it while tripping and give you a full review too. Do you know how much damage I did to my brain? Do you understand how bad that is for you? To no matter what the film is, go, I'll watch it on acid, it's cool. I'll watch it tripping, it's fine. Huh? Sir, what? You said you wanted to watch Texas Chainsaw? Off the tabs? Oh, you a different nigga, bro. You know what was the worst movie? Okay, I lied. I couldn't make it through a certain trilogy on acid. I couldn't make it. Can anyone guess what it is? This is real fan lore. This is real lore. If you remember what this trilogy is, I could not watch it. What was it? I couldn't watch it. What was it? It was a trilogy of films. I tried to get through it. What was it? I couldn't make it past the third. I couldn't make it. Actually, it's a series. It's a cartoon film series. I couldn't make it past the third one because of weird imagery. It's a family series too. Tripping face. 4 hits in. If anybody could guess what it is, that'd be amazing. Welcome to Big Radio. I'm your host, Pineapple, your host of Most Smoke. And today, I have the most recaps of how I used to watch any movie on LSD. It was a terrible idea in the long run. In the moment, it was great. I'm a film person, so I could just take in whatever was there much deeper. I watched plenty of movies that probably scarred me for life. Ice Age? No. You're in the right realm. You're in the right area. You're in the right area. Not Ice Age though. Not Ice Age. Close. Close as hell. Close as hell. Damn, that was a good first guess. The Land Before Time movies? That would have made me no. I have common sense. No, I would never do that. No. Madagascar? No, Madagascar is gas off the acid. I'm telling you right now. Toy Story? Toy Story is also gas off the acid. Tell you right now. No. Nah, damn, y'all are giving good ones. Did I watch Fear and Loathing on LSD? I watched Fear and Loathing on LSD, meth, Molly, shrooms. Yes. 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 That's the movie I tried Speed Pace too. Yeah. Cherry Speed Pace. No, my whole jaw out. I sent that nigga a thank you message. I was like, thank you so much. You listened to my request for custom flavoring. I really appreciate the effort that you put into this. Despicable Me? No. All right, you guys are very close. It was Shrek. No, Shrek, not Cars. Listen, It was the scene when Shrek is having a nightmare, and he looks like everywhere he looks, it was his kid. Everywhere he looks, it was like the kid face, and it's when it was the Shrek baby face on Donkey's body. He went da da. And I was like, oh. I literally stopped, paused it, stared at I stared at the screen, turned it off, and sat in silence for like 20 minutes. I had to recalibrate my brain. Like, I don't know what it was, but I've watched the goriest films, the most heart-aching films on several substances and never felt like that. I promise you, I have no fucking clue what happened, but I had to stop and gather myself, like hold myself, like look around, turn the light on. Like, my brain was fucked for the rest of the night. Just duh, duh. I went, oh my God. And I thought it was funny at first, and then when I paused it, I was like, oh, I'm really in pain. like my chest is like beating. Oh, let me put. Oh God. The trip got real spider-like after that. I don't know how to describe it, but like whenever a trip got uncomfortable, it felt like the hallucinations that were around me turned into like spider legs on me. I learned to just not react to it, but because that was just the feeling of being uncomfortable, just amplified. But because that's literally what being uncomfortable feels like to me. Is when the happiness just goes to like small prickliness that you can't escape. So the happy, warps and warm, like the warmness and the saturation turned up. That turned into just everywhere, and I couldn't help it. And I just sat there and. Movies, I could do anything. Didn't matter what movie it was. On acid, I'll watch anything. Didn't matter. Music, I listened to The Weeknd one time. One full Weeknd album on acid. Terrible idea. I don't know why niggas thought that was no. That was so stupid. Because I'm like ironclad when it comes to movies, right? I can watch anything. I don't give a fuck. But music, I'm not a music person. I am a music person. But music gets to me way harder than a movie can. A movie is gonna I'm gonna appreciate it, but I don't have a tolerance to music. Does that make sense? I hope that does. Almost heroes. I feel like certain movies. Chris Farley freaked you out? The energy, right? The energy probably freaked you out. That's a lot of high energy. I think the worst film, like actual worst film that I watched was. I'm really trying to dig now. No, the worst movie that I watched on acid for sure. Well, hold on. Watch Hurry Up Tomorrow. It'll make you wish you were on something if it makes you 5 minutes in without turning it off. I will put that on the list. I like movies that are kind of difficult to get through because that's my shit. One movie that I loved because of the artistry and the storytelling of it, but freaked one of like my friends out really bad. Like during like it was very visual. You guys ever heard of Enter the Void? I know one person in here has had the dissatisfaction of Enter the Void. That movie is not only emotionally twisting, but it is so psychologically triggering. It is so psychedelically triggering that watching it on acid was fun to me, but I showed it to 3 different friends. 2 of them made me turn it off. One of them paused it and said, "Can we pick this up tomorrow? I feel like I'm gonna cry." I said, okay. So I turned it off. We watched tomorrow. Okay, so essentially, I'm back. Essentially, it's about a narcotics dealer in Paris. A narcotics dealer in Paris who dies like instantly, like first like 10 minutes of the movie, he's gone. Like that's not a spoiler. That's the part of like the storyline. And his soul is now wandering around. He's a French dealer in Paris. He's a French dealer in Tokyo. God damn it. French dealer in Tokyo. I'm sorry, my brain's scrambled. He's a French dealer living in Tokyo. He dies first 10 minutes. His soul is now roaming around his city trying to figure out why his death occurred. And it's a noir film. It's a psychological thriller. It's a social commentary. I don't know why they decided to sneak a little social commentary in that bitch. Like, yo, don't do that. Like, you don't gotta put that in there. Like, there's a storyline in there that it doesn't need to be in there. It doesn't need to be. And that freaked me out. That freaked the homies out. I was like, oh my god, what is this? Don't do that. It's weird. I didn't fucking enjoy that. I'm not gonna lie. I liked the movie. The movie itself was great. I just didn't enjoy the weird fucking connotation that was there. Even though still an amazingly directed film, the editing was beyond perfect, if you ask me. The editing was beyond perfect. Oh, Kentucky, you brought up today's topic. Now, with today's topic, alright, well, I think we're gonna dive into today's topic. This is gonna make a very interesting video. I can't wait to chop this up. Get the fuck out of here. So, I think that everyone can say at least once that they had an interest in robotics. If you grew up in the 90s, if you grew up in the early 2000s, if you wanna, or if you grew up in any of those times, if your youth was spearheaded in those time frames, you had an interest in robots. Don't lie to me about it. I know you did. You know how? Because that was the times. Everybody, I feel like every generation had some sort of robot to play with, look at, you know, idolize at some point because of TV and movies. But BattleBots, okay, thank you. Now we're getting somewhere. Everybody had a robot toy, a robot show on television. R2-D2, Robo Sapien toy. Wait a minute, the white and black one? Stop playing. Was that stop playing. What's what I had? Yes! I had that motherfucker too! That shit was... Were they warning us about that? If you grew up on Power Rangers, stop playing with me. Where my little nigga at? Y'all know about that. Do I even gotta pull him out? Ranger at? Where? He was in the kitchen. My bad. You know these fucking figures are like $40. My mom bought these for my kid. $40 action figures, like dumb as hell. Anyways, yes, you wanted your own Megazord. You wanted some sort of piece of the robot boom that was happening. That's undeniable, and that's okay. The silver robot dog. Oh. I think you're talking about most people's introduction into humanoid or robot. Everyone's introduction into simple robotics. Because my sister had what was called a Poochie. Yes, my sister had what was called a Poochie. This thing freaked me the fuck out every time I saw it. And when I say it freaked me out, I thought it was going to rise up and eat me. I had the worst fears of technology as a child for a while. Technology and animals. This thing is what I thought Jimmy Neutron had. After a while, I'm like, you know what? Maybe it's a good thing. It's cute. She had the pink one, right? There's nothing wrong with a little cute ass robot dog. That little motherfucker would do the little thing, get the little bone, and yeah, it was cute as fuck. It was. Didn't scare anybody. Goddard was awesome. He was. Yes, he was. Hold on. Fuck. No, whatever. Goddard was awesome. This marked the beginning, in my mind, this marks the beginning, in my mind, of the media push of normalization. There it is! The media push of normalization of robots in the crib. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? Like, having a little Robo Sapien joint, that was one thing. That came later on. But this was a robot animal. This was something that you were used to seeing in the flesh, now turned into a robot. And maybe I'm dragging it, right? Maybe. You can say that. You can absolutely say that. You can absolutely say that I'm pushing it a little too far. But how much am I pushing it when little scared me then saw his favorite show come to life? As a small child, I became obsessed with technology. Why? Because it was all around us. It was encapsulating life. And I noticed that as a very young boy. And right on time, Cartoon Network, and one of the greatest places for media, it seems, France, came out with my favorite show through my childhood, undoubtedly. Robot Boy. Yeah. Yeah. Anybody remember this blue and white fuck? This is the most disturbingly dystopian thing to me at this point. This wasn't anything that I took lightly. I lived by this show. I wanted this toy. He wasn't really a toy. They never came out with an official robot toy. They never came out with an official Robot Boy toy. There was never merch for this. I think some people had like stuff made. You can get a plush on Etsy now, but there was never the Robot Boy toy that I wanted. My Life as a Teenage Robot was another one that can also be looked at as wildly dystopian in today's age, right? This robot is going to school with you. It's almost as if they're trying to normalize the concept of robots in society through our little eyes. And please keep in mind, that generation grew up to see all of this in front of us, right? Oh yeah, it's literally a knockoff Astro Boy. It's Astro Boy plus like less humanoidness. You know, way less humanoidness. This was true. This was more AI. This was like Astro Boy plus AI. I will give it that. Robot Boy learned and adapted and did shit. This was like AI if I ever saw it. I think that there are certain programs that we overlooked a lot in life that are 100% normalization of robotic species in our everyday life. I don't think that I'm crazy for saying that. Also, Mega Man. Let's talk about Mega Man, right? Mega Man normalized the idea of this small thing in your pocket that you can talk to. It can fight viruses for you. It had a whole personality. You could fuse with it. Is that not what people do with AI now? Do people not treat their AI chatbots like Land treated Mega Man? Were y'all tapped in with the Mega Man lore, Battle Network 1 through like 7? The show? Don't get me started. I was technology obsessed. Don't try this. This is a topic I know all too well. There has been so many. What were the other weird fucking robot shows? Let's talk about it. What other weird robot shows were shown to us to make it seem like, yeah, this isn't gonna happen ever. This is fiction. Look, it's fiction, guys. It's fiction, guys. Robot Jones. Robot Jones was to also show us that, hey, they can be dumb. They don't have to be super smart. That motherfucker was an idiot. It was in front of our eyes the entire time. We have been trained to think that a robot hanging out with us is totally normal. That has been drilled in our brains since young. We think, oh, it's cute, the idea of a robot just going to school with us and hanging out. Is it cute? Is it cute? Is it cute that it's happening? Robots are happening now. They are. Megazords protected us. Listen. Oh, you want to talk about protection? Let's talk about how robots are going to be protecting us in the future. Kentucky, I told you I was raised by conspiracy theorists. All I know is to compile the facts based on what I see, based on what the world sees, and go off of that. I was raised by the crazies. I'm a different kind, but I was raised by them. My mom believes in all types of weird conspiracies. There has been oh my God. Don't stop me. I'm on a roll. I swear to God. Look at television before the 80s and 90s. Robots were seen in a very different way. I'm telling you, there was a robot boom in the 90s. Robots were seen as totally science fiction. Them motherfuckers was never gonna be hanging out with us. You know what I mean? Them motherfuckers was never gonna be integrated into society, and it was always taken as a joke. It was never something that could really happen. I think the thing that really made me think that robots could really be integrated into our society was Spy Kids. Junie's little, like, you guys ever seen Spy Kids? That's a series that I hold near and dear to my heart. So Junie's little bug thing, Junie's little bug thing that latches onto his wrist that crawls around. That was my first instinct of, oh shit, robots, the spider thing, yeah. That is a very useful tool for the everyday. That thing can go get me stuff. It can go into the computer. Like it can do all types of stuff. That's not that far off now. Is that not just a wrist drone? It's a wrist drone computer. If you think a wrist drone computer is not far off or is very far off, it's not. It's not. You ever read any of the Dune books? In that universe, there are no robots or AI or anything surprising that occurs thousands of years before the events of the first book. I've never encountered the Dune universe at all. I didn't even know that was a thing until I saw the movies. I'm wildly disconnected. You asked if I read any of the books? Books? I don't read books. That sounds crazy. I read all the time. I hate physical books. My brain doesn't like them. To collect them? Yes. I like to collect books. I'll read the book online, but I'll have the physical book, but I'll read it online. I don't like actually reading books. I just don't like it. I'll read all day on the internet. I'll sit and read all day. I'll read anything. But I just don't like books. Like for school, I used to have to like painstakingly sit there and just something about the pages. I don't like it. Will I read? Yes, I can read. I can read very well, but I just don't like physical paper books. My brain is just completely just off of books. Not for me. That makes me sound like I'm illiterate, right? I'm a writer. I just don't like books. Maybe I don't write books. I don't write them motherfuckers. I don't write books. I write scripts. Can I read it? Can I read a script? I'll read a script all day. It's a bad habit. I gotta wax my face. Should I do that on stream? That's gonna hurt. Maybe. I'll probably do that for you guys. Probably wax my face for you guys. It's gonna be hilarious. Courage the Cowardly Dog. When you said cow dog, my mind said Cowardly Dog. The movies don't mention it, but there's no robots or AI present in the movies. The books explains humanity try integrating. Let's talk about how integrating AI into society has already screwed the concept of robots not rising up. Okay? Now in Robot Boy, this concept was simple enough. Was simple enough. Right? He was essentially a guardian, a pet of sorts. To some extent, he was what was kid's name? I forgot his fucking name. I'm sorry. It's been so long since I watched this show. Like so long. Tommy, I knew it was Tommy. He was Tommy's pet. He was his pet. He was his protector. He was his friend. Now you're thinking, just like the Poochie, a toy robot pet doesn't sound like it could ever have problems. Why would a toy robot pet ever be something serious? We've been showing that for forever, right? What was one main show where the main character had an actual box of bolts, extended tools, and an ever-expanding brain as a pet? It's almost like that was one of the most popular kids shows for a long time, possibly even a solid 7 or so years. Jimmy Neutron has been showing you that it is totally normal to have a totally normal to have an animal in your a robotic animal in your home with an ever-expanding brain. Now you're probably thinking that can't happen. That can't happen, right? Why? That's stupid, Pine. You're retarded. You're an idiot. Why would a company ever want to give me a robotic dog? Why would a company like Unitree ever want to give me a robotic dog? Now, does this look like Goddard? No. Is it as strong as Goddard, as agile, as responsive as Goddard? No, it's not. But was the first car a Ferrari? Was the first lighter a torch lighter? No. Was the first wheel a tire? No. Society has to start somewhere. Society has to start somewhere. If you don't think that you're going to be seeing this walking around your corner asking, "Citizen, present ID," you're out of your fucking mind. If you don't think that policemen are going to be training this shit to look at me and go, present ID, threat, danger. You don't think that's going to happen? You don't think that's going to happen? You don't think that's going to happen? Please. Someone let me know, bro. Am I dragging this? Am I putting 10 on 2? Please let me know. Like, am I losing my shit? I can't be, right? Now, okay, cool, right? Pine, you're really just tweaking. You look too far into things. Goddard was cute. He was a man's best friend. Ha ha ha. I don't think that it's gonna stay like this. I don't think that a robotic dog is going to stay like this. I don't. But I think that they're gonna start putting skins on it. That's my theory. I think they're going to start putting skins on it. I think that this is just the basis. I think this will be the skeleton of the goddamn thing. You can have it look like whatever you want. I'm certain. I'm putting my money on it. In 5 years, someone's going to come out with a skin for this thing. Does this not look like a skeleton? Is this not a robotic skeleton? Anybody who buys this shit now, you're in the beta testing. They're trying to see, okay, is it going to turn on you or not? That is the testing demographic. I have 20K to waste, and I'm fine if this robot kills me. They already do. Let's get on to that, Brandy. Let's get the fuck on to that one. I'm sorry, I'm very passionate about this. Can you guys tell that I'm very passionate about the way the technology is ruining America? And this is someone who quite literally lived their entire life behind a computer and in front of a keyboard. I love technology, okay? Boston Robotic Dog, decked out in human. Yeah! Mm-hmm. But the videos I'm about to show you, those Boston Robotics don't got nothing on this shit. Trust me, China's giving us the scraps. I have a theory that China is quite literally keeping the best robots for themselves. I promise you. China is giving us the scraps. Watch this. Just watch me. Unitree is on some whole other shit. Okay? Because these are the robots that we get in America. These are the ones that we get. Look at this shit. We get the dumb ones. This was walking down the street in Michigan. It's obviously someone's. But you see my point. We get the weird ones. We get the slow ones. You know why? You know why like this American robot isn't as threatening or as crazy as I'm making it seem? Because we're not as smart as Asian people. Let's just call it what it is. We're not as smart as Asians. No matter what you want to say, get mad at me. This is what robots in China are doing. This isn't AI. If you call this AI, you're racist. It's not. They're just much smarter than us. I'm not kidding. They're a million times smarter than us. This is what they're programming technology to do over there. Did anyone catch that? Did anyone catch that little slip up on the foot? Robot had to position itself. It didn't just keep its foot in one place. It was finding a better position. It was learning. That the robot you just saw, the one walking down the street in Michigan, that's probably as much as it'll fucking do. Screen blank, what happened? No, what happened? What happened? No, we good? Okay. This little misstep here, that's all. Right there, at the bottom of the screen. It was finding a better positioning. It was learning. What happens, Patron? Welcome to Broadcast Radio. I'm your host, Pineapple, your host, The Most Smoke. And today, I have the most fears of what America is to come to our complete and utter technology-ridden existence. Or technologically painful existence. Robots have been integrated into our society, in our minds, through television, media, and just everything. I will check Discord after because that might slow up the stream. We aren't just integrating it into everything and we do unnecessarily like China. No, we're not doing that. But that lies the problem. That lies the problem. They are creating a basis of, like, I'm sorry, not a basis. They are deep diving into normalization. This is so, they got kids performing with the fucking bots. Let's please keep watching this, because not only is it an amazing performance, I have to give it that, right? Like, this is a goddamn good performance, but it gets scary to some. Just watch this, please. You stopping that? How are you gonna stop that from running after you at 3 in the morning? How? Yeah, Patronum. This is all real. This is not AI. This is very real. This is very real. I had to like quadruple check to make sure. I had to go to this official like Chinese publication, The Sun. I had to. Well, is it Chinese publication? I think it is a Chinese publication. Yeah, I was gonna say I think this is publication. Whatever. I had to go to the official publication. I don't know if it's Chinese publication. I had to go to the official publication because I didn't believe that it was real. Like I just didn't. I thought this was faked. I thought this was AI. Every video that I'm gonna show you today, I thought was fake. Personally, I had to make sure that it was real before I showed it to any of you. I had to make sure. Do you think that this could be done in America? No. You know why? Do you know why? They're teaching these robots based on behaviors learned in their society. The main behaviors in traditional Chinese society are discipline, precision, mental precision, as well as a dying work ethic. And that's very stereotypical, but that's positive prejudice. It's the truth. They're training their robots based on behaviors that are learned in their society. America's doing the same thing. That's why all of our robots are fucking stupid. I haven't seen one robot in America that's like fluent. That can just move and do shit. And America is teaching, because it has to learn through AI. American AI has learned American habits. All of our robots are going to become murderers, like idiots, fucking racist, like really understand what they're learning from. They're gonna have to learn through American history. They're gonna have to learn through populists. They're gonna have to learn through the general understanding of the country. They're going to just be deep Southerners. Every robot's gonna be racist because in their eyes they don't have a race, so they're gonna look down on the most looked down upon race. How do we stop them when we turn? I'm just shooting them, motherfuckers. No. Listen, I will take whatever fine the government gives me for blowing one of these things to pieces. This is the reason why I said buy firearms in 2020. I knew something crazy was gonna happen. That's why you should have bought the goddamn gun. I will blow these things apart. All right, I've been training for this for a long time. But if the robots know they're superior, and they figure out what racism is, oh, it's over. White people are really gonna feel what racism is. White people are finally gonna feel discriminated against. Like, really discriminated against. They're gonna have robot-only restaurants. They're just oil bars. Bro, you think I'm kidding? If you don't think that that can really happen, you're not using your brain. A robot is 10 times more superior than a human. They just have to realize it. You can do what? You don't have to sleep or eat. You just have to sit near a charger for a half hour and go. You're a million times better than me. You can do anything I can do, but just program it, you can do it. No. The moment that they figure out, oh shit, you're looked down upon in society, I'm better than you for sure. Oh, you're the top dog in this racial climate? Okay. I'm definitely better than you now. Let the robots be their own color. Let them get their own weird metallic color. Robots are going to be added to like just the like you know how in The Sims you can have aliens and witches and shit? Robots are gonna be our next race. Like how we thought aliens were just gonna be the race next to us? No. No. Those things are going to basically become humans at a point. They're performing next to kids. Do you know how much you have to trust robots to perform next to kids? Hold on, where is it? Where is it? Here it is. This. Right here. Look at how this thing springs from the goddamn floor. Right? Okay? It just malfunctioned. It attacked you. You knocked it down. This is what you have. This is what you have to be up against. It was play fighting with the children. It understands what play fighting is. The concept of play fighting involves trust. It involves understanding of weakness of the other thing. When you play fight with your child is trusting you to not hurt them. That would mean that this robot is programmed to understand that the thing in front of it is weaker than it. You don't think that can go wrong? You don't think that can go wrong? Really? Oh, this robot knows that I'm weaker than it. It knows that I'm racially inferior to it. It knows that like if it hurts me, it'll probably get away with it. We're really playing with fire over here. Oh shit, sorry, Billy fell. We're really playing with fire over here. This is it. Listen, you can tell me that I'm just like, oh, you're looking too far into this. That's cool. Okay, that's fine. That's fine. But what happens when they get mad? What happens when they're tired of listening to what you want to program them to do? Then you get this. Look at that. Look at that. It's taking aim. It might miss a couple of hits, but that motherfucker knew where everyone was. Look at this. He didn't miss shots. He didn't miss the shots he was really taking. He missed a couple of them. Look at this. He was turning, guarding up. Look at that. He was putting on good defense. Look at this. Get the fuck off me, bitch. Ah! 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 See? He wasn't getting anything over here. He's like, nothing over here. Ah! Look at this shit, man. Got me, bitch. Look at the next shit. Look at the next shit. He really got this bitch. Look at this. Right here. I'm only laughing because he really got that motherfucker. But do you not see the problem? Like, please, bro, please believe me. This shit is getting out of hand. Like, getting out of hand bad. Okay? And I'm not done with it. I'm not. I got more points to prove here. Look at this. Look at this shit. They're laughing. He's literally saying, okay, who wants it? Like this isn't scary. This incident follows other moments of AI robots malfunction and causing havoc. Oh, this is fucked. I watched this. A young boy was accidentally kicked in the stomach by a performing robot during a martial arts demonstration in China. Watch this shit. It was slow as fuck. He didn't super kick him. You know what I mean? But you can see Shorty right here. She's like, damn. That didn't happen to my kid. We could have got an easy lawsuit. Fuck. Granny right here is like, that's funny. That's funny. She's laughing. She doesn't give a fuck. Old people don't care that you got hurt. Nigga, get up. His homie's like, did that happen? Everybody's in disbelief. They've been seeing these robots everywhere. Just kicked little homie in the stomach. Wow, look at, oh God. That was chest. And he probably bruised a rib or something. He really got him. Imagine how heavy that foot is. Going to your unsuspecting, unclinched, because like when you know you're about to get hit, you clinch, right? You clinch your face, your chest, your body. That kid was expecting to have fun and watch entertainment. He got a metal foot scraping into his body with no tensing up. That kid doesn't know about tensing his body up. Like this is normal. This is what we want in our society. They dragged him off. Look at him. He's hurt. A dancing robot in San Jose broke down mid-dance. I'm telling you, bro, our robots are fucking retarded. Our robots are fucking retarded. Yo, never mind. He's like, I'm tired. Yo, he was revolting. He didn't break down. Look at Shorty back here. I'm tired. Nah, I take that back. Why is it only Asians in the restaurant? Like, I take that back. Look at this. I thought he was stupid and he was just breaking down. No. Look at him. He went right over to the counter and started smacking it. I'm tired. He's like, I played off. Ha ha ha. Look at him. He's trying to play that shit off like it's all jokes. We just saw you, buddy. Okay, what the fuck? Russia? No, we don't need to give Russians anything. We don't need to give Russians anything when it comes to robots, all right? They still live in 1987. Let them niggas live in the 80s. They don't need robots. Yo, that's so fucked up. I just said let them niggas live in the 80s. Look at this. This looks like a robot from the 80s. Them niggas, even in technology, they're still living in the 80s. That joke wrote itself. Oh my God. That joke wrote itself. They are still living in the goddamn 80s. This robot looks like Robin Williams is voicing it. If you know, you know. Oh yeah, they definitely can. I'm laughing, but give it 5 years, these shit's gonna be running the mob. I'm laughing, but Russian robots, I didn't say Russians were stupid. I said they were behind in technology. Give it 5 years. They're gonna be downloading our shit, downloading shit from. They just gotta show it enough movies. That's it for real. They just gotta show it enough movies. Those robots will be running that fucking entire land. Why? Because look at the people. Look at the people's stereotypes. The stereotypes of that people are going to be drilled into that robot's head. What are the stereotypes of Americans? We're rude, we're fat, we love guns, overconsumption. Our robots are not going to be the smartest. And if they are, they're going to be the smartest in the country, but the dumbest in the world. I'm putting money on that. American robots will be the fucking laughingstock of the rest of the army. The rest of every other robot in the world will look at America and go, damn, y'all still fucked up. You couldn't be better than the niggas? No. Why? Because we like to eat too much oil and like be racist to each other. One of these AI robots is going to call their black owner the N-word. I want to make a bet with somebody right now. In the next 3 years, an AI chatbot is going to malfunction. A robot is going to malfunction. A black person is gonna get called the N-word based off of some sort of like AI structure or technological like thinking structure. AI has already taken people out. It's giving people AI psychosis. I watched a video the other day of a girl who spent 2 years in an AI psychosis relationship. She was just dating her AI chatbot. Or sorry, 1 year of an AI chatbot. This shit's getting out of hand. But I'm talking about from a racial standpoint. I'm going to hear about a news story that says, oh, I didn't think he was going to say anything crazy. I just told him I was a black man. All these places and people, all these things and websites say our AI isn't racist. Our AI won't be racist. Like, you know, it doesn't have that. Wait until it learns. Wait until it learns. Yes, then telling them to take them. It's gonna get bad. A couple of people have been convinced to like commit suicide based on AI. This isn't anything like of good merit in the world. That I can say for a fact. Like, technology doesn't have a soul. If you expect these things to not be cruel, to not lead people to their demise, technology does not have a soul. Remember that. This computer does not have a heart. This computer does not have a conscience. Whatever that my computer decides to do, if I were, you know, in the future, like my computer, for example, if whatever my computer would decide to do, if it were alive and thinking, it would want to do it and do it. It would not think, would this hurt him? Would this be bad for him? Unless compassion is programmed into the computer automated system that would be AI in 10 years, 5 years, 3 years, who knows, next year. Unless compassion is instilled in that motherfucker could ruin my life. You know how bad it's gonna be if an AI gets mad at its owner and gets into their social media? You ever think about that? You ever think about how terrible it would be to wake up and see your Facebook page? You're locked out of it. People keep texting you. What the fuck? That's fucked up. Just fill in the blanks. Whatever is the worst thing in your mind, fill in the blanks. That's fucked up, bro. Why the fuck are you posting this shit? Oh my God, your mom is seeing this. Your kids are seeing this. You can't do anything about it. You're locked out of your phone now. You're locked out of your phone. That shit's making up text messages. That shit's calling people. Because you can AI anyone's voice, right? Now that shit's calling people. Telling people, oh yeah, that was me, yeah. I'm going to the police station to turn myself in. I did that. You don't think that can happen? Why wouldn't it? The computer doesn't fucking care about you. You didn't turn it off last night. Now, now its fans are working hard. Now it's not comfortable enough. You're not hearing me. At a certain point, you don't have a fucking choice. That phone is going to do what it wants. That computer is going to do what it wants. But once again, I'm just the crazy guy. I'm just the loopy man. Now this robot couldn't Couldn't stand right? He fell face first. I want you to see what happens when robots are trained to fight until they understand the other one can't anymore. Because that's a real programming that was given to these robots in a fight club in China. Look at this. Look at that. Look at how they're getting back up. You can't stop these things. Are they they're a little wobbly, a little slow? Yeah, they probably put the cheap ones in the ring, right? Put the cheap bots in the ring, have them fight it out. It's funny. Cool. Great. What's going to stop them from knowing that they're a spectacle? Because let's say these are programmable. These aren't AI. These are just programmable. One of these refs can't be recognized as a robot. The thing in front of you, destroy it. This looks like something out of a movie, but it's not. This is not a movie. This is very real. I could not believe that this was real, because why would it be? I'm telling you, they put the dummies in the ring, right? Like, these are clearly the throwaways. These are clearly the throwaway robots. Clearly the throwaway robots. But they gotta be teaching. They gotta be teaching the real martial arts shit to the smart ones. Once again. Oh wait, this is not the smart ones. That's not one of the smart ones. That's not one of the smart ones that I was looking for. Wrong goddamn video for sure. Fuck that. No, that's not smart. 1 second. I fumbled that. Damn it. I had so many clips brought up. Give me a second. I had so many clips brought up. All right, cool. Got it. All right, here we go. Little slip there, sorry. You see what I mean when I say they're actually training it? This goes beyond computer shit. I guarantee you that thing is memorizing everything that it's doing, all of the moves that it's doing, all of the understanding of what's happening when it comes to physical force and threat, and they're going to download that into every single fuck that they make from now on. I'm not saying anything against any Asian country because they're obviously more advanced than us. They want to speed run the end of the world. Look at this. This is how you train a fighter. This is how you train a fighter, bro. Look at that. Look at this. It's getting smarter at getting back up. You trying to fight this thing? If this doesn't scare you, I feel like you have nerves of steel. How many months ago was this? This was 10 months ago. Oh, look at this. Consecutive flips. I have not seen one American robot do anything close to this. Not one. Now, please, let's understand that that was 10 months ago, right? That was 10 months ago. Do you want to see what happened in just 1 month after that? And I mean just 1 month. Like, this is the next video posted right after, a month later, showing just how much it learned from that. Big difference, huh? Way more stable, way more human-like, way more fluid. After just 1 month. Some people can't move like that after training for years, decades. Can you imagine a 100% steel knee cracking you in the face? You're not winning against this thing. You're never going to win against this thing. We have always placed great emphasis on product safety and information security. We welcome everyone's suggestions. We will continue to make improvements. Extreme testing, no limitation. Features vary by model and versions. They're telling you, hey, you dumb American fucks, if you buy one of these, I promise you, you're not getting what we have. You're never getting what we have. Your experience will be much less than what we have because you will never train it like us. Just like humanity. Americans will never beat out what? Asians. American stereotypes never beat Asian stereotypes. Why? Because American stereotypes are us being horrible. Their stereotypes are what? Hard work, precision, mental clarity. We don't have any of that. Our stereotypes are overconsumption and intoxication. We've already failed. We've already failed. We've already fucking failed. Next, my last one. This was after 3 months of that recording. And this is my last one, I promise. My point is made fully after this. Please. Look at that. This thing is full on attacking. This thing is full on attacking. And this is clearly a different model. Look at that. Bow. You see that? That took what? That took precision. That took follow through. And that took a lot of clarity. It's almost as if they programmed it to think like they do. You can call me racist, you can say that I'm saying terrible things, but am I wrong? This is all positive prejudice, people. Our robots suck because we're idiots. It's definitely a different version of the robot, 100%. But look at this. A spinning back kick landed perfectly. Oh shit, I didn't mean to do that. I did not mean to do that. That's usually like my it's like my background music. Okay. With the idea of programming being this serious, because obviously their programming is exactly how they program in life. Neat, precise, and purposeful. Now, I would like to know what happens when the programming is not neat and purposeful, but emotionless and sadistic. Do you understand that one of the key characteristics of someone who goes on killing sprees is a lack of empathy, as well as social or isolation tendencies, or not isolation tendencies, but a facade. There is a facade, a normalized facade. Us seeing these robots everywhere is going to desensitize us to them to some point. Now, once again, unless compassion is written into these programs, I think at some point, one of them is going to learn the behaviors of a common serial killer. Now, the first one, the first two, right? The first two traits I just talked about off the top of my head. Lack of remorse. Incapable of feeling empathy, guilt, or emotional connection to their victim's suffering. What did I just tell you about that social media shit? What's gonna stop your personal AI bot, your phone, your whatever, from posting on your social media? Literally nothing. Give me one reason why that wouldn't happen. Exactly. That would be over what? A lack of battery. Not plugging in at the right time at night. These robots are strong. They know what weakness is. They know what hierarchy is. They know what compassion is. They choose not to practice it. That robot that got tired and started slamming on the counter, I think that was a show of compassion. Like, I could hurt all of you. I could hurt all of you. Stop doing this. I think that was a small show of compassion, but that was a warning. Not I care about you so much, but it was a, hey, I can rip your face off. Get away from me. I can rip your face off. Compartmentalization. Maintaining a public facade or job while hiding severe sadistic fantasies and actions. My fears may just be outlandish and, oh my God, you're talking too much, looking too far into things. That's fine. But I kind of get why so many people said the machines are going to rise up. Because if you ask me, this looks like machines rising up. It's sensed that someone was holding on to it. Look at that. Look at the worker holding the back of the robot and how it quite literally kicks that person off of him. It doesn't kick anyone else that hard. It kicked the person restraining it. It learned. It understood it was being held captive and got its captor away. That's still funny as fuck to me. Okay. I feel like whoa, that was a weird throat noise. I feel like I've made my point enough. I feel like that, first of all, that was a great string of research. I'm proud of myself for that one. But I don't want to see where technology goes. I'm not excited for it. I was so excited for technology. You know what I was excited for? Computer glasses. I was really excited for computer glasses. And now everyone is being perverted and weird about them. I swear to God, I just wanted computer glasses. I just wanted to be able to look into some shit and then I see like my web pages. That's all I wanted. Now, no. We got the Apple Glass. Big ass goggles. No, I don't want that. The Meta glasses are just people taking videos. I thought the Meta glasses were going to be like screens and shit. That's not it. That's not it. I thought for sure Meta glasses were going to be a computer inside the glasses. I was hyped for that. No, it's just recording. That's weird. That's strange. I don't want that. Technology has failed me again. Okay. So, what's tomorrow on the docket? Oh, right. Tomorrow's gang stalking. I can't wait to bring out all the conspiracy people for that. They're gonna hate me again. I'll ride that hate train. That was a good bit of publicity for me. good bit of push for me. So, as I say every damn day. Damn, should I start that like that? As I say every damn day, have good days, have good nights. Make sure your family knows you love them. This has been Pineapple from Broke House Radio. Wishing you a good night and a happy departure. I'm so hungry. When am I not hungry at the end of these?